Kill Cam along with my co-host
OG Crunks.
and my
Oh,
other co-host. Go ahead, my bad.
it's okay. It's Beasley.
And today is episode 53 of the OG podcast, the special holiday edition, I guess you would say. The what is it? 3 days, 4 days before Christmas, 5 days,
Yep. 5 days. Yep.
5 days. So if you didn't get your Christmas shopping done, there's always Amazon.
There you go.
Five Golden Rings episode.
The 5 Golden Ring episode. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna start off with whoever wants to go first and talk about how their week was. Go ahead.
OG, how about you go?
All right, that's cool. So I'll be honest with you, nothing really too crazy has happened this week. Basically, I've been, well, I'm not gonna lie. I have been playing a couple of games I've never played before. Um, One that I'm going to be talking about on one of my subjects, and then the other was something I also played on PlayStation Now, another RPG. So I'm kind of learning some new games and having fun with that. Other than that, just been doing a lot of work, like I always do. I make that stack that paper.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, sir.
but other than that, I mean, nothing really too crazy though. So just been kind of just doing the best I can to relax at home and try these new games and try to still make some money. That's pretty much it.
That's cool. Are you enjoying PlayStation now?
Yeah, I actually am. They have lots of really solid games. I mean, there are two specific genres that I've been sticking to lately. It's RPGs and shooters, but not shooters as far as like Call of Duty type of shooters. But I'm talking old school, what shooters used to be, which are games similar to like Gradius. Those little You have a little
Yeah.
airplane, you have all those little crazy weapons, and you're like shooting random little targets and bosses and stuff. I'm talking about those kind of shooters. Those are the actual kind of shooters that I actually grew up playing a lot of, and I actually still like them. I just don't usually talk about it.
Hey, those are the awesome ones. I
Uh,
think
Heck
the
yeah,
last major one people were like paid attention to was like I think it was Stardust.
yeah,
With that
that sounds
game.
familiar.
Yeah. Um.
I remember
Besides the
Stardust. I remember
yeah,
Stardust.
everybody was on that for a minute.
Hmm.
The only other thing people probably remember on that type of genre is like the gummy versions of the Kingdom Hearts games. The
Oh
Yeah,
gummy sip,
yeah.
the gummy sip stages. That remind people of the genre you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, I,
definitely.
I just love those. Some people call them arcade shooters, which can be kind of misinterpreted in multiple ways. But you mean you get what I'm saying? Yeah, those games are just a lot of mindless fun. I mean, these are games that I also grew up playing with on the arcade that ate like tons and tons of quarters because you can't just stay alive forever when you got projectiles coming everywhere. It's really really hard to dodge that stuff. So especially in the Japanese version of some of their type of shooters, like those are just ridiculous. Like
Oh
you can
man.
barely move, and it's really 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 rough.
I
But
can't, I can't,
it's a lot of
I
fun.
can't think of it. But there's a Japanese game that's out for PlayStation 4 right now that it has. It has an American version. In fact, when I was streaming over for Team Ponage, one of the Team Ponage members would stream it, and basically it was like a open world adventure game. But when you went to go hack things, like when you had to go hack robots,
Hmm.
it was an old school shooter like that. And if you destroyed everything like in the mini game, you hacked the
Hmm.
machine. You hacked the
That's
machine.
pretty cool.
It was pretty.
That sounds cool.
It was really dope.
Hmm.
I almost bought the game twice. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I was like, it's appealing, but it may be looking appealing to me because that person's really good at the game. But I
Hmm.
Your
will.
money was almost thrown at the screen
Oh
again,
yeah, I almost do it. Almost do it. Almost do it. Like I was at the strip club and I had ones.
Yep.
But I actually I still talk to a lot of people from Team Ponish. I'll ask them what the game is again, and I'll bring it up in next week's podcast.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
definitely.
I was gonna ask you when it was your turn to talk about your week. How did the meeting go?
Oh, the
I'll
meeting.
wait till you do your turn.
Okay, yeah. The meeting went
Um,
amazing, but go ahead.
that's great.
Yeah.
For my week, what I did was it's a game that I'm gonna talk about in one of my subjects. That I was telling Handy before the show. It's a MMO that came from the PC to is coming to the console, and they had a closed beta test over the weekend, and I got into it, and it's something I think actually OG you will be into, and I think Handy will be into,
No.
and y'all know this game or at least heard of it, I believe, and
Mm.
once y'all hear it's coming to the console, I think it's gonna catch fire.
Uh oh.
Mm.
Uh
I
oh.
really think it's gonna catch fire. So I'm
Get
gonna talk
ready to throw
about
your
that in
money
the
at the
subject.
screen.
Get ready to throw your money at the screen because a lot of people was like, man, they said they were gonna bring it to the console, but we've been waiting for like half a year before we heard anything, and
Mm.
so it's good to we actually tested the game. So I was gonna talk about that in the subject. I'll say what that game was, and over the weekend, there's been a lot of Christmas updates to games like COD and Destiny and
Fortnite.
Fortnite, Overwatch. I actually heard there's another game that got a Christmas update.
Call,
Final Fantasy 14 got one too.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is what
Yeah.
Call of Duty, of course,
Everything
and
got one.
everything got one, and
Pretty much.
I've been testing out each one, and I've been actually enjoying the updates. They've done a really good job. I was gonna ask you guys and the other subject later. I was gonna ask you what y'all think about these new updates and seasonals.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, my week's been pretty good.
That's what's
Looking
up.
forward to Christmas. I got one more gift to buy, so Amazon it is. No.
Yeah, no, no.
Amazon it is.
Oh, no. Amazon is being my Santa. Well, definitely because we didn't know we were going to be going um, to New
New
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm ordering my wife's Santa, or not my wife's, but my daughter's Santa gift and having it delivered in New Mexico. Cause I'm
That's kind of sweet.
yeah, yeah. So it's fun. He said, just DB says I've been playing Fortnite PvE service holidays event now. Yeah, I heard that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, try it, man. Try it. Go ahead and have some fun.
Yeah, I may try it out. I'm actually gonna be recording 2 videos tonight. So when and have them uploaded during the weekend while I'm gone. So those that pay
Hey,
attention to the YouTube, pay attention. I'm not gonna say
keep them
what.
contents out.
Yeah. Speaking of contents, yo, I had actually somebody message me or comment on my i3 video again last night. It was pretty crazy.
Hey,
Yeah. So now
it's
it's popping.
useful.
It's
It's
popping.
really useful. It's a really useful video. It worked for me. It definitely did.
Yep. It's up to 1,400 views right now. It's pretty nuts.
And I say, if
Nice.
you don't know, go check that video out. It's very informative and it definitely works. It really helps.
The one thing I was gonna ask you that I'm surprised you didn't mention was, did you stream this weekend?
No, I set everything up. It's been such a crazy holiday week that it's ready to start streaming now.
Mm,
So I tested it and everything. I got the camera and everything the way I want it. And
nice.
so with that videos help, oh, definitely ready to roll.
Okay, good.
So,
I'm glad it helped you. Um, my week has been crazy. Very crazy. Started off, I had a little bit of pain because y'all know, well, some of y'all know, I have a permanently dislocated hip. So when the weather's cold, that's when I feel the pain. And me and my wife, cause we was trying to get her a new car for Christmas, cause she's wanting a Highlander, and they keep trying to put her in it, but they keep like not giving her the deal that she wants. But anyways, we went to test it out. Well, it was cold, which is okay. But then all of a sudden it started like pouring down rain, and so it was like
Oh
even
man.
like colder, right? So then I'm like, dang. Well, I had to get in and out of the car to see if I can get in it because that's a deal or no deal. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
If I can't get in the car, no matter how awesome it looks, we ain't getting the car. So
Right.
anyway, I get in the car and all of a sudden, creak! I tweak my hip, and I was like, "Oh my Jesus!" And I was like, and I had to like get in my wheelchair without causing a scene because I don't want them to be like, "Oh my God, we need an ambulance. He's gonna sue us," because it wasn't them, it was me. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
with that, I was like in a lot of pain for like a couple of days, and then I had my meeting with Able Gamers, which went really well. They have officially um, um, gave me and OG 2 passes to PAX South, 2 3-day passes to PAX South. So me and OG will be going to PAX South, which is pretty
Nice.
which is pretty awesome.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
I'm officially on the stream team for Able Gamers now. The mainstream team, like that, I don't just stream for them now. I'm actually on their team, and things are going really, really freaking awesome. And I'm also going to be at the booth during PAX South, all three
Oh
days.
man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the Able Gamers booth. So representing Able Gamers and just talking and having a good old time, meeting a bunch of people. It's gonna be pretty freaking awesome.
Yes, it
That's
is.
that's
Yeah,
awesome, man, and congratulations.
yeah. Thank you. And I was very surprised, but very excited. So things are looking up in that area, and then of course those that are watching, and if OG and OG's girlfriend later on, you'll see that I got my new cam, and it works awesome. And I've got it to where it automatically tracks my face, which is really cool. And it'll sometimes do the dramatic zoom. I don't know, which is really cool. I wish I could get it to do it on command though. Like I think I could figure it out, but I haven't figured it out. Like so like when I'm like raging or when I'm like doing like a crazy moment, I can be like doing a dramatic zoom kind of deal. Um
Yeah.
I
With
like
like a
it.
trigger word
yeah.
uh like a dun 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 or something, and then it just
Yeah.
zoom in.
Zoom in and you see
Yeah.
my facial expressions. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then another thing to finish off my week, which just happened yesterday. My wife got a job yesterday, so
Oh,
yeah, yep,
Congrats.
yep.
congrats.
Yep, she will start either the 8th or the 18th, being dispatcher at a place, and she'll be making $14 an hour. So that's pretty freaking awesome.
Good.
Yeah,
That is awesome, and she deserves it.
yeah, yeah,
She's a hard worker.
yeah, definitely. She's yep. So we're excited, and then that was like the main thing. I was like, man, I told God, I don't like leaving out of town and going on vacations when we ain't got no job going. Even though that she's on the unemployment thing, I was like, eh. And then all of a sudden, God said, "Don't worry, I got you." Bam, and I was like, okay, okay, God, I got you. So we're definitely going. So yeah, that's been pretty much my week, man. It's been pretty crazy, pretty cool. Just been playing a lot of PUBG. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give a little bit of a review on that. A weekly. I'm gonna start giving a weekly review on PUBG because it's changing. It's changing, and I don't know how I feel about it right now. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. But other than that, that's been my week. And whoever wants to go ahead and start off, take off with it, man. Whoever, except
Take
for
off
me.
with it.
Except for me.
Except for you.
Except for me.
Sure, I'll start off since I know most people are still like asleep, because people like to show up late to church.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll go with a little bit of mobile gaming news finally. Yes, it's been a while since I come up with anything new mobile wise, but I saw an interesting article that I find really, really interesting, and it has to do actually with Facebook.
Uh
So
oh.
apparently Facebook is trying to compete with things like Google Play and things like that as far as games are concerned. Basically, what they're trying to do, and I've actually noticed this myself because I didn't understand what it was until I started playing, messing with it. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way to make it to where people can use Facebook Messenger to play games to keep them from having to go to the Play Store and download.
Yeah, me and my wife,
Um,
me and my wife do that all the time actually. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
And I noticed that on my messenger, and I was like, "Why is it always on my messenger now?" Like sometimes I'll look at my chats or whatever if I'm trying to message somebody, and all of a sudden there's this game sitting there, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll check this game out," And all of a sudden, boom, I'm in this game doing some craziness, and I'm like, "Am I supposed to like go to the Play Store right now? What's going on here?" And what's really interesting to me is like a few years back, there used to be another friend of mine. Shout outs to Spoof. He, me and him used to play a lot of different games together, and every time I told him about a new game, he would always say, "Man, is that one of those Facebook games?" And I was like, "Man, games you can't play games. I mean, you don't have to have Facebook to play games." I used to always argue with them down, down, and down that like Facebook is not a thing that's trying to like do games. It's just an outlet for you to be advertised. Well, apparently I'm wrong now because you can actually play games, and they're trying to get it to where not only can you play games on Messenger, but as a lot of you know, you can stream as well.
Yes, yes.
So
Wow.
like Facebook is trying to be like competitive in the mobile game scene, which I'm happy to see because it's like console wars except mobile wise. So I'm interested and curious to see how this is actually going to turn out in 2018.
Two fun facts about
Um,
face.
um,
Two fun facts about Facebook. Don't mean to cut you off for a second, but two fun
mhm,
facts about Facebook. Facebook is where Candy Crush started before the whole King thing or whatever.
mhm,
Before even they had this little messenger gaming thing. Candy
mhm,
Crush was originally an app game on Facebook before anything else, before anywhere else. When Facebook first started getting off the ground.
yeah,
Second, which that's why I started Candy Crush. When everybody started playing Candy Crush, and my wife was like, "How did you get so far already? Like, Candy Crush just came out," and I was like, "No, I've been playing Candy Crush since like the early 2000s. Like,
Mhm. It's been
it's like 2000 and I want to say 2007, 2008. Yeah." And then another fun fact about Facebook is they're actually trying to step their foot into the VR world. Facebook actually owns a VR company. I think what they're trying to do, again, this is all speculation. This is just this is a handy hypothesis. Um,
nice.
Uh-oh.
I think that what the
Andy Stradamus.
yeah. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to change the way you do social, and it'll just be like instead of like going to a page, you'll go into like a VR environment, and which
Hmm.
I mean this is like probably 20, 30 years down the road, but
Mm-hmm.
you never know. But
Yeah.
the whole messenger thing, yeah. Here's one good thing about the Facebook Messenger game thing that me and my wife like about it is you don't have to download the game.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
Ah,
Is like it's keeping you from having to go to the Play Store, thus, competition. You know what I mean?
which is crazy because my sister is like huge into the Facebook games, like
Hmm.
very, very huge into it. And so she even give me all the time, you gotta get on these games. And I'm like, well, I try every once and then. I do have fun with them, but she is big into it. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. I see you guys are into it.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and a lot of the games they have adopted from the old Yahoo games. Like, remember the Yahoo Pool? Who remembers Yahoo
Yeah.
Pool back in the day when playing pool on Yahoo?
Yeah, I
Okay,
I
remember
remember
that.
that.
I
okay.
remember that and Text Twist.
Uh oh.
Ah.
Um, can you go into the virtual world instead? I don't know. That's a high, maybe, possibly. I hope your appointment's going good. There, crew dog. But yeah. And then And then they have also adopted a lot of the Google games, as far as I think they have. What's that Scrabble game that everybody plays now, but it's not called Scrabble?
Words with Friends.
Huh?
Words with Friends.
Yeah, Words with Friends. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of turn-based games, I've noticed.
And it kind of makes sense, to be honest, because a lot of people that log onto Facebook, they want to do their thing, and then they log out. It's almost like that website that me and you used to
Yes,
use.
I was
called
just about. Yes,
itsyourturn.com.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
Nobody
same
know.
page.
Nobody know about that. Nobody know about that.
Nobody does.
Dude, I used to play that. I used to play that against OG on something they used to call Web TV, which is not
Yeah.
now. Web.
Oh man,
I owned Web. I owned Web
The
TV.
old school.
The old
Yeah.
school.
Old school,
I had
yo.
Web TV, and then I had it right when it turned to MSN TV. Y'all don't know nothing about that, man.
Oh man, a lot of people was just like, what?
That
What is that?
yeah, that's HTML to the finest right there, man.
Man, that is old
Absolutely.
school right there.
Yeah.
Little known fact, this is actually where me and your boy Handy met David Robinson.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, we went to Comp USA. I drove them there to get him the web TV. And I tell this story all the time because there was a friend of ours who embarrassed the crap out of us. Because what ends up happening is, your boy Handy split with someone else, and I split with this other guy, and we were gonna go look for it and everything. Well, David Robinson walks right by me and this other guy, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" And he goes, "Hey, he's kind of, he's being nice, whatever." And we kept walking, and my friend grabs me, and he's like, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's David Robinson." He's like, and then apparently this guy turns into a schoolgirl and starts like going all nuts, and then like charges at him like, "Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan," and just made a complete
God.
scene.
Yeah.
It was really embarrassing. Oh man.
And I was
Cool. Out the
and
window.
me and OG were just like, we were talking to him about video games, and come to find out, guess what his favorite video game was at the time?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Guess.
David Robinson.
It's
I
not
can't say because I was there.
It's not basketball. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
I already knew that. I threw that out the window. That would be obvious. Let me guess. And this is around what time?
Ooh,
90s.
this was-
This
90s,
is
so-
love. Yeah.
Uh,
PlayStation era.
No, PlayStation era. Oh, dang. I will. Let's guess. Final Fantasy. Let me guess.
Nope. Oh, I will have to drop the bomb. It's gonna blow your mind. Tekken.
What?
Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken. He loved
David
Tekken.
Robinson just got way more respect from me.
Yeah. He loved Tekken, man. Yeah. I asked him, I was like, what's your favorite video game? That's the first thing I asked him. I didn't ask him about video games. That's weird though. Every time I meet somebody famous, I rarely ask them for an autograph. Rarely do. It's people like, you're weird for that. I'm like, oh, I'd rather be their friend than a weird fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, if I could gain somebody's friendship where they remember me for like the rest of their lives, I won. You know what I mean? Rather
Yeah.
than having their name somewhere and then they don't even know who the flip I am. But yeah, his favorite game was Tekken, man. And I thought, I was like, man, that's pretty freaking cool. So
It is, man.
yeah, Web TV, man. I kind of miss Web TV in a sense.
It was pretty legit. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
DB said he had Web TV. Nice! Web TV
That's
crew.
cool.
Man, oh man.
I love the Web TV. And then you
Oh,
go. It kind of reminds you of the Xbox One in a sense. Hear me out.
Mhm.
Because you could watch TV while you surf the web. Same thing you can do with the Xbox One. And everybody was like, oh, I remember when the Xbox One first came out, everybody's like, oh, that's so freaking cool. I'm like, that's been done. I'm like, that's been done.
And now you know why.
Yeah, because Web TV. But, yeah, that's where, yeah, I got in a lot of trouble with Web TV. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I would get in those chat rooms. Boy. Man, hold up. But anyway. Definitely. That was freaking cool, man. That was good times.
Good times.
Are you Are you finished with your story there, OG? Or you got more?
Oh, my bad. We got kind of sidetracked, on some good conversation. I wasn't gonna like, ruin it or whatever.
No, you're good.
But no, I mean that was pretty much the meat and potatoes of it all. But I mean, one thing that I will mention though, as far as like Facebook and what I love about Facebook and gaming in general, is I just love what a lot of mobile games do as far as like praising you or giving you gifts for having friends on Facebook and getting them on. Because in a lot of mobile games, if you have like Facebook friends, you can get like certain rewards based on how many friends you have. You
That's
know what I
very
mean?
true.
So, there are lots of perks that you get from actually connecting with Facebook with your mobile games, which I think that is a smart way to advertise at least Facebook in general. You know what I mean? It's
Definitely.
like, hey, get your Facebook friends on there, and that's what I used to do all the time. Like every time I'm playing a new game, like boom, I'm hitting up like certain friends that I know that game, and I'm like, hey, this game seems legit. You should check it out, kind of a thing. So I really like how Facebook is very social when it comes to gaming.
And I
It's a big deal to me.
and I think a lot of it has to do too, because I remember back in the day when Facebook used to automatically post on your wall that you're playing this game. Facebook
Hmm.
calmed down on that, thank God, because
Yeah, you can turn it on and off now.
yeah, because I remember people used to get so mad. I hate seeing this on this person's status, meh. And you'd see like these freaking 4-paragraph freaking things, and then you would get the automatic invites. Please stop inviting me to your games, please. And I'm like, bro, I'm just playing the game. My bad. Um, and then speaking of mobile games, let me go on another side quest real quick, cause I might as well mention this game that me and my wife were playing, that she's got me playing, that I think is very different from a lot of puzzler games, and I'll explain why here in a minute. It's called Toon Blast. It's a puzzler game,
Hmm.
where you're doing, your all, you get all your colors, and you bust the bubbles or whatever. But the thing is, when you get higher, it does like 4 or 5 different small puzzles together. Like meaning, okay, like you might have to get all the colored blocks. Well, then you have to get all the fruits down, and then you got to break all the bubbles, and then you have to break all the blocks. Okay, that's like 5 different things that you have to focus on. But that's not the game changer. The game changer in this game that I feel that is different from any other puzzler game right now is that you actually join a crew, like a clan, so to speak, in your area, like in your local area, like my wife's part of like this Texas crew or whatever, right? And
Hmm.
basically you help each other beat your levels, because the more people that you have, higher in the levels, the higher your crew is. And the way you help each other is you give each other lives, or you give each other power ups and stuff like that. And you basically are competing against other crews. Now, here's another plus. There's over 900 levels in this game. Um,
Mm.
Me and my wife, I'm on level 88. My wife's like in a level 123. And then another thing that I liked about it too is that you can actually chat with your other members, which I really thought was very interesting, because I've never really noticed that like in a puzzle game. Like I know it's in other mobile games, but I've never noticed it to be in a puzzle game, and I just thought that to be very peculiar and different, and that's what's kind of got me still into it, is because of that. Now, granted, there are some, in my mind, a few broken things about it. Like, say for
Sure.
instance, if you like normally if you put like 3 rockets together, or like 3 of the same thing, like it makes it stronger. But sometimes
Hmm.
if you put like 5 or 6, it doesn't make it stronger. It makes it the same strength as if you would have put 3 things together. So it's like you almost waste like the other 4 or the other 2. So
Yeah,
I find that to be a little bit broken, but
I agree.
other than that, it's pretty cool. I've been playing that a lot. Been playing that a lot. It's which really weird, but I've been playing it a lot. So if you ever want to check out a mobile game and you want to have time to kill, check out Toon Blast. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that
think I
does
might.
sound pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
endorsement.
Thank you.
Oh, and for those wanting the name of what this thing I'm talking about is called, it's basically called instant gaming.
Yeah, yeah,
Is what it's
yes,
called.
yes, yes.
And then you can also use Facebook Live to stream the game, was
Yep.
what I was mentioning as far as being able to stream it. Which you know, like I said, I think it's really cool. Like I said, it's nice to see Facebook trying to be in the gaming market, doing more new things every year. So shout outs to Facebook for doing it big. There's a reason I still keep you guys.
Yeah, Facebook streaming is a thing now. It's actually integrated in OBS.
Nice.
Now I've tried to stream on Facebook. I never get it to work. And Kudok says, "Who remembers M Player? They have a voice chat fight room. I don't remember M Player."
Actually, I remembered the term "in player." I don't. Oh, it's been a while since I've heard that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I remember
I
the
don't remember that.
term "in player," but I thought it was for something else.
You never know with Crew Dog. Never know with Crew Dog, man. Crew Dog.
Oh, OG Crew Dog, like even off us something like that.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Because I remember the term, I just don't remember what it was for.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know.
Crew Dog got us.
Yeah, Crew Dog with the stump.
With the stuff.
But definitely, like I said, I think the main thing that's cool about the Facebook thing is you don't have to download anything, and that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Very convenient. Now, the only downside to it, from what I read, is there's only a limited amount of games you can do this way. They don't have access to every game. There's only like a select few games where you can do the messenger version of the game or whatever. But that's still fine. I mean, I'm sure eventually it'll grow. I mean, this is clearly something that's new that they're trying to do, and they're trying to do it slowly to see if it actually catches on. And I'm guessing it's catching on.
But there's like over 100 games, I think. Let me look. Oh no, there's only.
There are lots of games, but compared to how many games exist, they're starting small, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. There's over 100, and at least maybe 20 or 50. I lie. Okay, but the newest games they just added was Words with Friends, 8-Ball Pool, Golden Boot, and Everwing. The ones that I play is Words with Friends and 8-Ball. Those are the two that I play.
Yeah, Words with Friends is kind of popular because I know people where I used to work at a different company. I used to know people who used to play it all the time. As a matter of fact, people would always come to my office or my desk and be like, "Hey, can you help me get this word?" I'm like, "I don't even play this game." It was just like back in the day when everybody was like, "Hey, can you beat this level on Candy Crush for me?" I'm like, "Why me?"
I used to play Words with Friends until I realized that there was a cheat that you can download for free on the Google Play Store. And basically what it would do is you could screenshot your board, and you would screenshot your board, and it would show your word, you would have all your letters, and it would show the board, and it would analyze your screenshot, and it would tell you the best word for you to play to get the most points.
That's some cheating stuff.
and it was free. So I'm like, it ruined the experience for me, because when I would get my ass beat a lot, I'm like, oh, that person's cheating. That person's cheating. That person cheats. Nope, he's got the cheat. He's got the cheat. And he's got the cheat. He got the cheat. And my brother-in-law, actually the one that we're about to go to visit, he's a gamer too. He actually has a PS4. He's the one that showed me about the cheat. I was like, you used the cheat against me. He's like, no. I'm like, lies. Lies.
Oh man,
that would have been a good dramatic moment, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, the camera right there.
Yeah. But I stopped playing Words with Friends because of that. So, but other than that, yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Beasley, why don't you go ahead and hit us with your drop of the knowledge, little bit.
Okay. All right. hinted earlier when I was talking about my week. A certain MMO is coming from the PC over to console.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. See, oh,
That dramatic
dramatic
moment.
facial. That game is called Terra. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's Tera.
Is it,
Um,
is it that game that kind of looks like Minecraft, but you're like in third person?
mm, I don't know if it looks like Minecraft, but if you
You,
ever heard of a game called Blade and Soul, it's similar to that look.
but you're like digging and stuff, and you're getting like stuff, and you're like killing things.
Oh yeah, you can do mining and stuff. Yes, you
Yeah,
can do
yeah, I
that.
know what
Yeah,
game you're talking about. I thought that game
yeah.
was
I want to
already
say
on
it sounds
console.
familiar.
No, it was not on console.
Okay, then
They're actually coming.
maybe.
OG, I'm telling you, if you looked at it, you'll definitely be like, "Oh, I remember that game."
It
Yeah,
Uh,
does
I
sound very familiar. I'm not
I
gonna
think
lie.
this game is like 6 years old now.
Hmm.
It's a MMO. It's a adventure fantasy MMO. Uh, Similar to Blade and Soul combat wise.
I'm not gonna look this up while you talk about it, cause
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of a different game.
You get to choose your character being different things from a warrior to a berserker to ninjas or gunslingers, and I believe it's like uh 12, 13 classes you can choose from, and they're bringing it to the PlayStation 4, and I think they're bringing it to the Xbox One. I'm not sure.
You said
I know,
Terra,
yes, Tera.
Tera. Well, it would help if I spelled it right.
Wars of Friends.
Yeah, I need to cheat, y'all. I need to cheat. I need to cheat,
um,
man.
they just had a closed beta
Oh
of
no,
it.
this is not the game I thought it was. Okay. Oh, this looks freaking cool, actually.
Oh yeah, it is the fighting is what makes it so awesome. Like I know you guys thought about getting into Final Fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
and
Hmm.
this has a more action packed fighting style compared to Final Fantasy's MMO.
I'm
And
gonna
so I was
I'm gonna
like,
drop a link in the chat, guys, so you got those that are in the chat
yeah,
they can see
check
what's
it
up.
out. They're gonna have another open beta for everybody, so you can try it out. I believe it's gonna be within a month. I think 3 weeks or so. They're
Somebody
gonna have
named
another
Bezo should
beta.
have told me about the closed beta. I would have signed up. Rip.
I didn't know about it.
Uh,
A good friend
no,
of mine.
I'm just
He was a
kidding.
good friend of mine. He signed up
Lies.
for it.
Lies. No, I was kidding.
Dramatic.
Dun dun dun.
A good friend of mine. His name's Taryn.
Uh huh.
He signed up for himself, and then he got another code, and he was like, "Did you sign up for it?" I'm like, "Wait, they had a beta." He was like, "Here, check, get this code, put it in there," and I tried it out, and man, it was total fun.
It looks pretty
The
cool, actually.
the fighting style is just so much fun, and the world is big, and there's so much content because it was already on PC. So you got so much stuff to do, and man, and you go for relic weapons and relic armor, and I think everybody might just give it a try, and I
Definitely.
think you'll
Yeah.
be
How much is it? Is it free 99?
the from what I know already, Terror is free on PC, so
Mmm.
it might come free to the PS4.
Mmm. Free
So,
na. Nice.
so
Nice. We just got to get OG on some PlayStation Plus so he can play online. Cause
we
he
gotta
does.
get him on the PS Plus.
I gotta get him on
Um,
that PS Plus though. We'll get you there, bud. We'll
so
get you.
from what I know right now, I didn't hear any price because it is like I said, it is free on PC. I'm
Hmm.
hoping that it's free for PS4. Um, I'm saying I'm looking forward to it,
Yeah,
and
definitely. I'm looking
I
forward
think
to a game to bring us all three together because we have yet to play all three, play a game together, and there's no reason why not because we all own PS4s. We are the PS4 wrecking
right.
crew. So hopefully this will be the game that will bring us together. That would be freaking cool. What was I gonna say? Um, oh yeah, speaking of PlayStation Plus, if you are looking to buy PlayStation Plus, you can now get it on Amazon.com for $30 a year.
What?
Yes, go to Amazon now.
Oh man, I just paid my year. Oh, that hurt.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. I just paid my year. I say about 3 weeks ago,
Rip. Yeah.
and rip.
Always. I mean, I was lucky. You know, a viewer. I think a viewer played for my PlayStation Plus or my Xbox, which I don't remember which one. But anyway, I always look for that stuff on Amazon. Always. They got it way
Well,
cheaper than the actual. And they just email you the code and you just put the code in and bammo.
well, I'm gonna be doing that from now on, and I'll be telling people that. So that's some good info.
Yes. Dun dun
Definitely.
dun.
Dun dun dun.
But
Nice.
especially for the holidays. And then if you want to, on your checkout, and you want to give to a charity, give to Able Gamers. They are now part of the Amazon charity program. So bam,
Hey,
Able Gamers
Nice.
doing things.
right. They're really going forward, man.
That's why I was like, man, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. But anyway, yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually excited to check out that game now. I thought it was something totally
Yeah.
different. I thought it was.
It actually looks pretty cool. I have a PC friend, I think, who actually told me about this a little bit. But I didn't really think about it much. I was like, well, if it's PC only, I'm not really going to waste my time and do it. But
Right.
knowing that it's going to be coming to console, I might have to find that guy and be like, hey, why did you tell me?
Yeah, why you didn't tell me about the beta? No, I'm just
Why
kidding.
didn't you tell me about the beta?
But dun dun dun. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to like find that freaking thing now and like make it a thing. And
Yeah.
you actually gave me an idea. I'm gonna have to make a new notification song called "Throw My Money to the Screen." So every time I get a donation, throw your money to the screen.
That is so smart.
I like it.
I'm
I
gonna
like this
do.
message.
Look, so check it out. New Year's is gonna 2018 is gonna be popping. I'm telling y'all, man. This is yep. So
Throw your
Devin,
money to the screen.
throw your money to the screen. I just gotta find it. Just like I did the Biddy song, man. Just like I did
swear
the.
that is gonna catch fire. That is
Yep.
gonna catch fire.
But definitely. But fun aside, we will go. I will. Oh, hey, there's another thing I know. We didn't click up to this week in Overwatch, man. I even messaged you. What happened?
Yes, you messaged me, and I wasn't home. I was actually out, and I was like, because I was actually shopping for some of the Christmas gifts, and when you hit me up, I was like, oh, wait till I get home. Oh, dang. And it was like 4 hours later, I finally got home. I'm like, I don't think he's still up. I don't believe he's still up.
You thought it was
And-
Turok? You thought it was Turok that Bezo was talking about? Actually, that is a good game. Shout out to
Yeah,
Turok.
that is a
Actually,
good game.
Turok is a good game.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Ooh, I wonder why they haven't done a remaster of Turok. That was
You know, me and OG talked about that. What was that, like 15
Months
episodes?
ago.
15 episodes
Yeah.
ago, like a long time ago. Like, why haven't they remade it? They not no disrespect to Duke Nukem, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they remade Duke Nukem over Turok. I would have
Right.
rather Turok being remade over Duke Nukem. I don't remember Duke Nukem being like this amazing multiplayer experience, but I remember Turok being pretty freaking cool. But I don't know. I don't know if that's just because me and OG were nerds, but I think we enjoyed Turok a lot more than we enjoyed Duke Nukem. Just saying.
I think
Especially
I agree
Turok
with
2.
you. I
Yeah.
definitely agree
Turok
with
2
you.
Seeds of Evil, that was like the game. And of course, Beware Oblivion is at hand was the cheat code to get everything. I
Yeah.
still remember that.
Yes, it was the God mode. Side quests. Speaking of N64, there is an N64 Mini being made, but ironically, here's the twist: it's not being made by Nintendo. It's being made by a third party. A third party leaked it. Third party guy that worked for the company leaked it and is now fired because he wasn't supposed to leak it because they don't know necessarily if they're going to release it or what. But not only is it going to be a mini, but it's going to be a handheld. So basically,
Oh.
what it's going to be,
Whoa.
what I saw was it's going to be like the game and the screen is going to be basically in the N64 controller itself. So the N64 controller is the machine, and
Huh.
yeah,
That's smart though.
it's gonna be interesting. Yeah. So I don't know how I like about that because it might be a little weird. But I mean, it could work. It could work.
I've always liked the N64 controller, but it being a console in itself
Yeah.
is a little weird. Because I mean, I guess if you moved around some of the buttons in the middle, you could put a screen there.
Yeah, that's where
You,
the screen is gonna be in the middle. So
yeah, I figured as much. So they're probably going to be doing some rearranging. So it's interesting, but we'll
yeah,
see.
it's interesting. Now if it ever sees the day of light, who knows? But
Yeah.
it's interesting because we were just talking about the N64. Why isn't the greatest console of all time been remade? Because I mean, literally, one of the reasons why the 64 is the greatest console of all time is because it still works flawlessly. And it doesn't need an update to work.
Unless you let your friend borrow it and he burns his house down. But other than that, should be good.
I think he still has it. Honestly, I think he lied.
He probably does.
Yeah, probably. And here's another side note that we've mentioned about 43 episodes ago. Don't ever let your friend wash your console with dishwashing liquid.
Do not let them use Joy. Just don't do it.
Joy does not bring joy to your system, not even
It
to your
doesn't.
holidays.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it gets rid of color.
Yes,
Your console.
joy brings the color out of your system.
Yes, it cleans the color right out.
Yes.
Wow.
OG had a friend. OG had a Super Nintendo, and one of his games wasn't working, and so our friend that we will say, we'll just give him out. We'll just put his real name out there. We'll say Josh, because that's his real name.
Yeah.
Josh decided to say, "Hey, buddy, I know how to fix it," and he put Joy in the system. Granted, it worked, but his Super Nintendo has no color now. It is black and white every game,
Wow.
practically.
Wow.
So
Well, it was like that for several months. Nowadays, well, not say nowadays, but near the end of me playing it, it started to get color here and there. I guess finally the joy was starting to, dissipate. But yeah,
the joy turned into sadness. Go ahead.
it did. Like nothing. I did not like that because it makes it hard to play puzzle games when you can't see colors.
Yeah.
It really does. Like I used to be really good at Tetris Attack, but when you can't see colors, I sucked. Like I couldn't do it. I had to stop playing that game for a while because of that stupid Joy incident. This is also the same guy that was acting like a schoolgirl when we were meeting David Robinson, by the way. So you're gonna probably hear lots of stories about this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm seeing
Definitely.
it.
Definitely. Yes. Yeah.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming back to me now.
This guy sounds like a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh. Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely. I mean, he's great. These are the people this is why we need the phone line. So like we can just randomly call these people and just start talking to them and then be like, what? What? Like I would just love to hear Philip say, "Hey, buddy," and then just hang up and click and hang up. But anyway, that's another topic, another day. Anyway, I will go into my story of PUBG. I'll go a little bit light right now. So, you guys know I'm a big advocate for PUBG. I've been rooting for PUBG. I'm practically the only one in the gaming industry right now that's like happy about the Xbox One PUBG, right? Everybody's clowning on it. Like I feel like I'm the only one. But the past week, I've been kind of frustrated because, before the update, well, they did have a recent update. It's pretty much fixed except for a few things. But before the update, they were having the black screen, like the PUBG loading screen, like not go away, so you could hear me in the plane, like getting ready, and then like I couldn't like see where to jump, so my guy would jump automatically, but yet I'm still seeing the loading screen. So I literally could not see the whole time during the game. It was pretty annoying.
Mm.
Wow.
So I mean, for a while I had to put it down, and then when I could play it, they they basically made it. Well, I don't know if they didn't do this on purpose, but every time you get in a car, you basically would get kicked in the game, and sometimes it would let you, drive around. And then I remember I was playing this one time, and I was about to just peel out and do some tricks or whatever. The moment I put my freaking finger on the brake, I freaking get booted from the game, man. And like that's those things right there. That right there to me is frustrating, because you need a car to survive in PUBG. Like you cannot win a game without a car, because the circle is like, so it could sometimes be like 100 and some miles away. You know what I mean? So you can't get there on foot all the time. So it was like really frustrating that I couldn't get in a car and do it and drive. But I still played, still had fun. But those are the things that aggravated me about the game. Now they did come out with an update to fix some of the rendering issues. But here's the funny thing, right? Here's something that kind of if you look at the patch notes, right? It said they fixed the rendering job. Well, they don't call it rendering job, but I was doing research, and basically that's what it means. It makes the grass load in faster and the houses load in faster. They fixed the rendering job for the Xbox One S and the Xbox One. So this means, even though they say that the game is equal on all consoles, this proves that the game is not equal on all consoles. Because why would you have to fix it on the other generations, but not on not other generations, but why would you have to fix it on the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, but not the Xbox One X? You know what I'm saying? So that means technically the game is not equal all the way around. It's like they're trying to say. So technically the game, I guess, plays better on the Xbox One X per se. You just get the same frame rates. Now, another question that I was going to bring up, Bezoid, you will be able more to chime in this because you've watched a lot of PUBG. You've watched PUBG before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question that I'm going to bring to you. And I want you to think about this for a second. Do you really think, honestly, and this is something that I've been asking myself, do you really think PUBG really needs to be 60 frames per second?
Do it need to be 60 frames per second? No.
Think about how slow of a game it is. Actually, it's not as fast as Fortnite.
It don't need to be 60 frames per second. It would be it if the option is there, I would take getting 60 frames per second. But does it need to be? No. Um, yeah, that's definitely my answer. It don't need it, but I would want it, of course.
And then, my good friend DB had a good question yesterday. He says, "Have you ever seen a game get upscaled in talk about an FPS? It's never been done. Think about it. Think about it. So, do you really think that they're going to make this game 60 frames per second?
No, I don't think they're gonna make it go for this.
No, I don't. I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
Once they once they decide on what they're going to normally do as far as how they're going to run the frames, to change that isn't so easy as a flip of a switch. I do remember I remember a certain game. I don't know if y'all know about this scandal that it had behind it, and it was Devil May Cry, the DMC version,
Yes.
the latest one that everybody did not like.
Except for our
they
friend
had a
Philip.
problem.
Go ahead.
Except for they had a
Yep.
problem because it was set to 30 when it should have been at 60, and a lot of people gave backlash on that, and yeah, that was a thing. So, and they refused to go up to 60 from 30, and even though past DMCs did, I believe DMC, um, not I don't want to call it DMC, Devil May Cry
Right.
1, 2, 3 went to 60, I believe, and I'm trying to remember if Bayonetta was running at 60.
I
I
don't.
think so,
I don't know.
but DMC didn't, and it was like, well, how are their older games running this, but this one is not. So, yeah, it's not so easy as a flip of a switch,
Right.
and it is not something that's dire to dire to the game. But as a player, of course, as we're all gamers, we like it's cool to be running at 60 compared to running at 30.
Yeah. And another thing I want to bring up about PUBG, and I forget what I was watching a video, but this person actually brought up a very good point on why Fortnite runs better than PUBG is because Fortnite. You got to remember, Fortnite was supposed to be a completely different game. Fortnite was just supposed to be PvE. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, they Fortnite was basically 4 years, 5 years in the making, right? It's been and so pretty much when the beta came out for the PvE and the beta came out in general, that game was pretty much just polished. You know what I mean? Already set to go and good to go. And so they just decided to add another game mode to it. So they really didn't have to do anything because the foundation was already there for the game to run smoothly. Um, and so basically, what the person was trying to say was, is because of that, PUBG didn't have, I guess, that kind of like stability and didn't wasn't in what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Was in process that long as Fortnite. So like right now, PUBG doesn't have that stable foundation like Fortnite has. You know, like it basically PUBG starting all the way from scratch, apparently. And I just found that to be a little weird. I don't know. What are your guys' take on that? Do you find any truth to that, or do you find that
I
to
if
be
this was like the initial um drop of the whole PUBG experience, then I would maybe agree to that more. But it's been on PC for so long,
yeah.
and it's coming over, so they had plenty of time. They had plenty of time to you know change that whole saying of saying that you know to develop that.
Right.
Fortnite, they had the whole different mode, and then they came over to the battle royale genre. Well, PUBG had all this time on PC, so when they was saying, "Well, we're bringing it to Xbox and then we're going to bring it to the PlayStation," they didn't think about it then. I mean, they had the time, so I don't
Here's the
really agree with
thing.
that.
Here's the thing that I think is funny. And this is not to take a stab at PUBG. This is just being truthful. Why is it that Fortnite can use PUBG's engine better than they can?
I,
You know what I'm saying?
I,
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
could only
I
tip
was
my tea on that.
I started thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. Fortnite's using PUBG's game engine, but Fortnite runs better than PUBG. How does that work? Granted, I understand PUBG or Fortnite's smaller. Uh, he said I have the answer. Give me 5 minutes. I don't have 5 minutes. I'm just kidding. Um, oh wait, there's a new tweet from Stream Elements from Battlegrounds actually. Hold on, let's see. Actually, this is from Stream Elements. It just popped up in the chat. This is weird. The first and best looking overlays. Oh, it's just for overlays for Battlegrounds. Okay, That's cool. I'm not gonna be using Battlegrounds overlays right now. But anyways, just DB say give me 5 minutes. I have an answer for that. But I mean seriously though. I mean if you really think about it, it's like this, right? Like it's like I don't know. Freaking I have my streaming equipment, right? And OG takes my streaming equipment and he uses it better than me. How the freak am I? How's that gonna happen?
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, DB. You can go and get it.
here we go.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
I want to hear GDB's
Yeah, I was wanting to hear your side. I was just giving you a hard time, bro. Um, but yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just found it a little bit funny that you know, first of all, and I think that's why they're mad. You know, that they're just using their technology better than they are, and that's sad because it's not even theirs. Fortnite was made for PvE, but now it is gone from 4-player co-op to 100-player multiplayer. PvE solo side is extremely laggy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So basically, what you're saying is they put all their eggs in one basket.
Okay, now that is true. That is true. The fact that PUBG tries to use realistic textures, that is harder to pull off. That is harder to render than the more cartoony graphic of Fortnite.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, that's just true. They need to add like a setting to where there's to where you can turn down the graphics like you can on the PC for PUBG. Here's a little fun fact about PUBG that I liked. And then we're gonna change stories so I can go use the restroom because the coffee's going through me and I gotta pee. So I'll let one of them take it. But here's a little fun fact that I actually like, but a lot of people are complaining about. But it's actually made me a better player, a better shot. There is no aim assist in PUBG on console.
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of games that shouldn't have aim assist, but I understand why it's in.
Yeah, I actually, once I learned that, I was actually excited. Because,
sorry about that, DV.
Anyway,
this mission giving us that answer.
Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. But I actually enjoy that, and I've actually learned. Now I can get at least a kill a game in PUBG. But now that they fixed the updates, it's better as far as like I don't get the loading screen. But the main thing that still happens is I sometimes get kicked when I'm driving. That's annoying. But I actually enjoy that there's no aim assist. And I believe that there shouldn't be a lot of aim assist in these games. But I understand why. Because of the controllers. But hey, you know, it just makes you a better shot. It actually makes me a better shot on Fortnite. Because Fortnite has aim assist. So it actually makes me a better shot. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to give my weekly reviews on PUBG. Because he keeps going back and forth with me right now. I absolutely love the game, don't get me wrong. But there are some things that have been frustrating me with this game. I understand it isn't beta, blah, blah, blah. But I should be able to see my character. And stuff like that.
Beta? Can't tell. I've seen you play Fortnite.
Oh, my Jesus. Yeah, you haven't seen me play lately. Maybe you'll see a video this weekend. But, how at least over I want to say almost a year it's been in beta.
That's a long time to be in beta.
Think about look at H1Z1 though. H1Z1 never came out of beta. Still.
I think this will never come out of beta, man.
I don't think H1Z1's coming out of beta. You know whose fault that is? Ours. As a consumer, it's ours. Because we don't
so many people threw money at the screen.
Yeah, throw your money at the screen. Oh my god, it's gonna go down, man. Yeah, like it's ours. It's ours as a consumer. You know,
Yeah.
it's the reason why it's not happening. I mean, people are not buying Star Wars now, and PUBG's in trouble. I mean, PUBG, EA's in trouble. PUBG is coming out early access as of today
On PC.
on
In my-
PC. I'm
Oh, so we finally out of data phase.
What? I need facts on that. And as you get the facts, I'm gonna let one of these other guys take it as I go pee, because I'm literally doing the grandpa pee pee dance over here. So I'm gonna go use the restroom. All right, guys. When do
Do the
y'all take
grandma
it?
pee pee dance. Do the
Grandpa
grandma
pee
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 dance.
dance. There you go.
I love that. I love when you do that little video. And it's funny because my kids, they watch the actual show that it's from, so every time they hear it, they come in here and start dancing.
Uh
But
oh.
so
Uh,
OG, would you like to start with your number two?
well, it's a little awkward because the sad part is I kind of wanted your boy Handy to hear this part because there's something I want to talk about. Is something he said he had an opinion about, and if he's not here for me to talk about it, he's not going to be able to give me his opinion. So it's kind
Uh,
of bad timing.
well,
But man,
if you want, I
unless you want to,
can.
yeah, go ahead and do something. Talk about a subject that when he comes back, I'll kind of go over my part so that he can give me his opinions. I'm actually kind of curious.
Oh, okay. What I could do is ask you this. Have you had the chance to try out Final Fantasy 15 Comrades?
Not yet. Mostly because I mean, first and foremost, you have to have what is it, the that PlayStation subscribing thing, right, in order to have it, or no?
Right.
So I don't have that yet. So right now, like my money's kind of invested elsewhere at the moment. But once I do get that, I do want to kind of give it a try because from the way you make it sounds fantastic.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually very very curious about it now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am a huge Final Fantasy 15 fan. Believe it or not, like I don't talk about it a lot, but I actually did enjoy the game while I was still playing it. And for the multiplayer to be as good as it sounds, like it is intriguing me. I just don't have the money to get into it yet.
Okay, we about to raise a OG PSN um donations.
Upgrade fund.
we gonna we gonna have that. We're gonna do a $30 Amazon thing. I'm gonna tell
There
them
we go.
to use Handy's info.
There
Definitely.
you go. We'll represent Amazon while hooking me up. I like it. Yeah, but no, I am very curious. And for those who don't know, Final Fantasy is now 30 years old. I actually just found this out recently, as of like I think Monday or Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure, but the
Mhm.
Final Fantasy games in general has been going strong for 30 years now.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be having a big celebration
Hmm.
over across the games. I believe
As a
from
matter of fact,
11 to
if I'm not
14.
mistaken, I think that's why they were mentioning how 2018 was going to be a big year for Final Fantasy in terms of mobile. I guess probably because of this whole 30-year anniversary. I
Right.
never put two and two together, but that does sound interesting.
Yeah, that is I do believe that is what they're doing. I know they got a big update for 14 coming in
Hmm.
January, and I'm looking
Yep,
forward to that. Like I still play 14, which is my
that's cool.
go-to game there. Which is what
I've
I
heard good
plan on.
things.
Yeah, it is a great game. It is a really well done game. Graphics is awesome. The play style is cool. A lot of people might think like a Blade and Soul or uh, I was talking about earlier. Terra might have
Yeah.
a more actiony play style. This one is more
Hmm.
team based. Um, so I
And
think
there's nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with it. And plus, I believe they are in the future going. I know they do the subscriptions now, but they thinking about going for free to play so people can at least play it and try it out. They always have these
Yeah.
uh free trial weekends all the time that people can try it out.
What
I
game
say
are we talking
easily.
about?
Oh, we was talking about 14. We was talking about the fact that Final Fantasy is 30 years old now,
Oh
30
yeah,
years old.
it's freaking old.
which is
Yeah.
which I now that I think about it, wow, it's almost old as me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Almost.
oh, I'm older than
Hmm.
you, Beazlord.
No, I'm 33.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, okay. I was like, I'm
So I'm the
33.
oldest one of the group, apparently. Not by
Yeah,
much,
you
but
old fart? No, I'm just kidding. Only by a
Well,
year.
only
Just
by a year.
DV, just DV earlier put that PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds tweet from 11 hours ago. Players, we will be leaving early access and launching PC 1.0 December 20th at 11 p.m.
What?
The
20th.
maintenance on the live servers for 1.0 will start on the 20th at 6 p.m. till the 21st at 3 a.m. and last
So
for 5
today.
hours. The 1.0 release patch notes and our plans beyond the release will be shared with you soon. Oh, DV with the
Hmm.
facts.
With them facts.
As long as they optimize the game, that's all I care about. Optimize it. I could care about anything else, but they did say that they will be doing weekly updates on the Xbox One version, as they did the PC version when the PC first came out, version of the beta first came out. So you can be looking forward to PUBG updates once a week. Now, not meaning to go back to this, but here's something that I found a little alarming. The update was 5 gigs, was a 5 gig update, so it was about as much as the game was. So, but it still didn't fix some major issues that I found. So that was just a little interesting. I thought I'd bring that up real quick. But
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 coming. If Final Fantasy 14 the online becomes free, I'll play it. I'll play it.
Mm.
I'll play it. But
Yeah.
I have a hard time paying a subscription for a MMO, let alone like any game, because I'm already paying. I look at it like this: I'm already paying a monthly subscription to play games. I'm playing an online bill, so um, you know, it's hard for me to pay a subscription for a game. You know, I don't know.
Um,
I mean, I
well,
understand the reasoning for it because you get what you pay for. There are perks to, playing, spending money because, one, you got better, you know, you have better maintenance on your servers in terms of making sure you're not having a lot of crashes and bugs and things. And
True.
there are just some perks here and there. I mean, I don't know all about it because I don't do a lot of pay to play MMOs as far as monthly fees, but I have heard there's a reason for it.
oh yeah, there is a reason for it. As a person who has played a lot of MMOs, DC to I've had my hand in WoW to you name it, I've tried it at least.
Hmm.
The thing, and I used to be the same way, Handy. I used to say the exact same thing. Why would I pay $15 or $13 a month when I already paid for the game? And then you realize that all the content that they bring every couple months, every month, all every week or so, they are constantly bringing out content. Instead of games like Destiny where they're waiting 3 months to pay for a new DLC, or Call of Duty that you're waiting a couple months and paying for, something else. This is constant content constantly coming on an MMO. So you get your money's worth. You definitely get your money's worth. And online subscriptions eliminate casual trolls. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, DV. I agree. Most people that are serious about MMOs are serious about it. So when you're, well, I said serious twice. Most people who are paying subscriptions are normally serious about it. Of course, you're gonna get your stupid guys that just got money out of nowhere for no reason.
Yep.
We're not gonna count them. I'm talking about most, hardworking people who work hard for their money, come home and say, "I like this game, let me pay for it." Those people usually are serious about the game they're playing. So when you're playing with people like that, you're like, okay, let's get whatever job whatever this mission we're trying to do accomplished. Believe me, it is worth it. I
uh,
thought differently before I actually got into MMOs. Now
mm,
I'm not so bad
I may
about
check it out, but it has to be a game that I really, really want to play. and like that I really have to like willing to throw my money at the screen at. No, Angela, we have not brought up the Dr. Disrespect thing yet. We will. That's probably going to be like the towards the end. It's gonna be like probably since it's gonna be a big juicy, subject, considering we all stem from different places. So I'm pretty sure we all have our own take on it. Again, when we do get to that subject, please don't get offended. Please know that it's my opinion. Please. Just because it's my opinion doesn't mean that it's right. And I'm going to start doing a disclaimer before every show. Please note that this is my opinion, and these are our opinions. It doesn't mean necessarily that it's right. So, just letting you guys know. But yeah, I don't know. Cause I thought about getting into WoW, but then I realized that, WoW, like, I can't really play WoW a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, cause I'm not a PC guy. No, man, please. Anything else? But no, we were gonna talk about it. Everybody's been waiting to talk about it, wanted to chime in, so I said we were gonna bring it up in the podcast.
Yeah, OG, if you didn't know, with Handy playing a couple days ago, and we were just normally playing Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Fortnite was a COD.
It was Fortnite.
And we were just normally playing, and somebody brought it up, and
woo!
It was like a whole storm of debate and conversation. And
do you know what happened?
Oh, I know nothing about it. Like, I don't really get involved in streaming a lot. So
okay. Okay. Well, you
know.
Andy, okay. I might as well bring it up. We might as well just go. Okay. So you know the guy that won the basically trending streamer of the year, the guy at the gaming awards, Dr. Disrespect, right? Okay. Now what? This is probably a week after the awards, I would say. Was it a week?
About a week and a half, yeah.
Okay. He got online and said that he's taking a break, and the reason why he's been taking a break is because he's been unfaithful to his wife, and he's working on his family. Now, granted, he didn't say it calmly like that at all. He was crying. He was in tears. He had a hat on. He was very emotional, and he had a hat on. Mind you, the hat. Now, this is something that's going to that I feel that is a very red flag to me. He had a hat on that was covering his eyes, per se. He was not looking straight into the camera. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm gonna say this. To me, it feels like he was pressured into confessing. It wasn't like, oh man, I need to confess because I need to get this off my chest. It felt very pressured. It felt like he got caught, and it felt like, oh crap, my wife said, if we're gonna work on our relationship, I need to go tell the whole world what I've done. That's what it sounded like to me, because that's what my wife made me do. Or I need to let this out the cat out of the bag before more stuff gets revealed. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know. Hindsight 2020. I hope he works it out. I mean, I think if anybody wants to work on the relationship, they can work it through anything. I brought up a little bit of my, some of my relationship problems that I had early in my relationship before me and my wife were married. You know what I'm saying? And, we worked through our problems. OG, you know what I'm talking about. OG's been my boy since day one. We're firm believers that, God will put you through anything you can handle. You just got to be willing to believe it, that you can handle it. So when we're talking about this, I'm not saying anything that he shouldn't, I'm not saying that when I'm talking about this, I'm not saying he shouldn't focus on working with his family and getting back with his family and getting back with his wife and fixing all that. No, I just feel the way that he did it was very um people want to say that he was noble about it and say that give him a lot of courage, but if you really like look at the message, you can sit there and you can really see that it really was only because he was either caught or he was forced. It wasn't like, look guys, I did something crazy. Like if you freaking took your glasses off and you looked at me straight in the eye and be like, look, bro, I cheated on my wife. I'm gonna go work on my family. Hey, I got respect for you. But the fact that you said these same words, you sit there and said, I'm being transparent. If you were being transparent, then why are you hiding? Transparent means I can see everything. I can't see everything if you're sitting there saying you're being transparent, but yet you're hiding behind something. Like, again, people may disagree with me, that's fine. But I feel like, again, that that if he was really sincere about it, I think he could have done it in a better way, and that he could have, well, not sincere, because I think he was sincere, but like I said, I just feel like he was caught, and and somebody made him do it. And then here's the thing that puzzles me, right? Here's the thing that puzzles me. Do y'all know why he did it? Does anybody know?
Why did he do it?
Okay, so apparently there was a tweet that said, and I'm paraphrasing. So if you guys got your children watching the podcast, because I know I got people with cover their ears. All right, giving you the warning. But he tweeted out to Dr. Disrespect and said, Dr. Disrespect, please fuck my wife. And then, I mean, pretty much, I mean, that's how, I mean, and then she tweeted, I'm here. And then before that, there was a situation where he was out in public with people. And when he was out in public with people, somebody was recording him, and he was with his family, or supposedly he was with his family, but he really wasn't. He was out with a bunch of people, and he got mad at them. Well, the reason why he got mad at them is because he didn't want to get caught with the girl, because 5 seconds later after he got mad at the guy, the girl showed up that he was with, that he cheated on his wife with. And personally, yeah. So, personally, in my opinion, I've seen his wife, I've seen the girl. You were better off with your wife, buddy. You know what I'm saying? But I just wonder somebody's mental state when you sit there and say, "Hey, come, have sex with my wife," and you go and do it. Where's your mental state at that point? I mean, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on it? I mean, of course, we all agree that cheating on your spouse is completely wrong, and there's no justifiable reason why you should ever cheat on your spouse. Let's get that out of the air.
That shouldn't even be. That shouldn't need a pretext, but
yeah.
People are I'm gonna let OG go last because this isn't his genre, so I want him to get all the information he can before he decides to comment.
Appreciate that.
Me personally, even though we believe, Ghost said, Handy, the guy effed up, and even though we believe in free speech, we shouldn't judge.
No, nobody's judging him. I don't think
they're judging him.
No,
they're judging what he does. Still kind of judge. I don't think he's being judged because people aren't saying, "I'm not gonna do this to your stream. I'm not watching you anymore." They're just like, "Why would you come out with that?" You know what I'm saying? Why would you come out and say that?
Yeah,
that's what people are looking at. And me personally, after watching, I didn't watch him a lot at first. This last few months is when I caught fire. And
it's because of Handy.
It actually is because of Handy. Yeah. I started watching and I was enjoying what I was watching. I was like, oh, this guy is a genius for what he's doing. Now, in that time of me watching, I learned the different things about him, such as he is very controlled on his personal life not being out there. He don't really put his past personal life into, you know, his act. I would say because his character is a character,
Right.
and knowing that, and then knowing that all of a sudden it goes from him not showing nothing of his personal life to actually putting this in everybody's face.
It makes
It's
no
like
sense.
it's
It makes no sense.
right, and then I add to the fact that I remember when because I saw it live. I saw it live, and then I resaw. The first time I saw it, I had it muted, and I was doing something around the house. And then when I resaw it, I'm looking at the comments, and they already knew what's gonna happen before he said it. And my first thing is, how would they know? And so then it was like, how would they know if this is something that is very secret coming out? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
he keeps his private secret. And then I heard about the him getting upset at him getting
TwitchCon.
upset at the yep
Twitch.
at TwitchCon, and it was like a whole storm of different thoughts in my head, and it a a couple of things come to me like if I was in that situation. One, I wouldn't get in that situation. Period. I don't care how popular I am. I just can't do it.
Because Ghost, it's not it's you have to understand it's not that he came out, it's the fact how he did it, bro. It makes no sense, bro. Like if you understood the situation, like you have to understand something, right? You have to understand like the way the media is and the way how the media works and how people in high positions work, right? It's that he 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 did it to do damage control, right?
Yeah.
It
But
was go ahead.
Ghost saying that you saying we're judging how he came out. He didn't have to come out and talk to us.
He didn't have to say a thing. It wasn't none of
He
our
didn't have to
business.
say anything to us.
It was none of our business. That's what we're
He could
saying.
have just said, I'm not gonna be streaming for a while. I got some things I gotta go, I gotta do in my personal life. That is gonna allow me to bring my content to you guys in the best way possible. So when that thing in my real life that I need to handle is handled, I'll be back for you guys. Love
Right.
you guys. I'm out of here. He
Right.
didn't have to do that. He went and opened that up. And then
Not only that, but he damaged his own character because of that. Do you realize like people will not it won't be Dr. Disrespect no more. He'll have to be something different. Um
I remember I showed you the joke that was out there. I thought it was bad. It was
yeah.
funny. It was a bad timing, but it was funny. But
But it's true.
I'll
But
leave that joke for later.
but if you think about it though, I mean, not saying that this is right, but cheating in every aspect is disrespectful, right? And it's disrespectful to your marriage. And this is what my wife brought to the attention too. It's my wife. You gotta remember, my wife's an outsider looking in. First and foremost, let me first say my wife never liked Dr. Disrespect. She felt like she saw something about his character, and she just didn't like him. Like she just
But Ghost, how are you going to look at a person, which is the side chick that you're saying, when you don't know who that is?
right, right.
We just know of her.
Right. We don't know who
We're just gonna start pointing at random women. Are you the woman? No, we can't do that. We can only go with the person that's there.
Right. Has the side chick been confirmed, or is it? As far as I know, it's unconfirmed.
It's still unconfirmed.
It's still unconfirmed. It's still unconfirmed, as far as I know.
We're not gonna go on a witch hunt. I mean, there is no hunt. It's just people are saying what they feel about the situation.
The way I look at it, it's not the girl's fault. You know what I mean? It's really not the girl's fault. Everybody wants to blame the girl. It's not her fault. It's
I won't let her go scot free.
no,
But
she's not full. She's not 100% to blame. They both are to blame.
they both are the blame.
Yep, they both jumped in the fire. And but my wife brought up a good topic too. Maybe it was a part of his persona. Dr. Disrespect. It's the most disrespectful thing that you could ever do in a marriage is disrespect your wife by cheating. How is it not the girl? But it's not. But she's not the full blame though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like for instance, like for instance, the outside person, like the outside person coming in may not know the full situation. Like this is different, right? But most of the time when a spouse goes to cheat on a husband or a wife, 9 times out of 10, the person that they cheat on them with don't know they're married. So, and I'm not saying in this case they probably did, but 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, the person doesn't know that the other person's married. So they're just, they're just trying to get in and get it. And so really, 9 times out of 10, it's more the other person to blame because they put themselves out there. They lie. They say they're not married. They say they're single, and they're trying to mingle. And, next thing you know, they're on Tinder hitting it up. Well, I don't know. Tinder's a thing now, apparently. But, that's why I'm saying. Because half the time, the spouse is the one that's manipulating the other person that they're cheating on with. Because half the time the other person doesn't know that they're married or they have kids or anything like that. So that's why, if it come down to it, it's more, except for this situation. What's up there? One out. Like, that's what I'm saying. They're 50-50 because I'm pretty sure this lady knew he was married. He only announced his wife.
We can't say that. We cannot say that.
We can't say
we
that.
We don't
though.
even know that as Dr. Disrespect is how he went to the woman.
No,
Do
we don't.
anybody know that?
No.
She might not even know the character. She might know the guy Bean.
I was about to say,
she
yeah.
might know the person and not the character. Yeah. We don't know that. That would all be speculation.
That's very true.
So how are we going to blame somebody when we don't know that? What we do know is this man cheated on his wife.
Right.
That's what we do know.
Yep.
We do know that he brought it out to the world. Yeah. Those are things we do know. And that's what is being talked about. If we knew more about that, like she knew that this man was married, that she knew, or that she was a friend of the wife, or she was a friend of his that's long term that knew the wife or the kid, that's different. But we don't know that for sure. We're not confirmed on that.
I hope and pray that his wife is the one that made him. Yo, Wino Ronosudo, I don't know your name, but welcome to the Kill Cam Squad, where we chill and we kill and we have no drama. I get to do the echo thing for sure now because Dr. Disrespect is not here. I felt bad when I would do the echo and he was around. But anyway, like, here's the thing though, right? Too is like I would hope and pray that his wife made him come out publicly about it, because if not, I would feel bad for the wife and the whoever else is involved, because maybe they didn't want that to be brought to the light. Maybe they wanted to handle that behind closed doors. Yes, it's cool to talk about it after you've overcome it as a couple. Because people have overcome it as a couple. Look at, and celebrity couples. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. They've overcame it. She handled it her way. The president, they handled it their way. President Clinton, Hillary Clinton, they've all handled it their way. And apparently they're all still married. Now, granted, we don't know how strong their marriage is, but the same girl also has message optic diesel, or should I say they both have each other on again, but we don't really know if that's the girl. We just know that's speculation. Us personally, we don't know if that's the girl. That's all speculation. That girl, that Twitch girl, we don't really know. We just know that because guess what? That's what Keemstar said, right? And we all know Keemstar goes out on a limb sometimes, and Keemstar likes to. I mean, got much respect for Keemstar because he's on a much higher level than I am, but he likes to make controversy. He likes to, that's people feed off that. But we personally, we necessarily don't know. The girl has not come out and said, Dr. Disrespect hasn't said, this is the girl I slept with. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, you might as well have. I mean, you come out and tell everybody else that. And so, I mean, you just don't know. But my thing is, it's like, what if his wife didn't tell him that? I mean, what if his wife didn't tell him that? What if he wasn't, getting extorted or handling with extortion? What if, because that was another thing too. Like somebody's trying to get money out of him, and someone had dirt on him. So it's like you might as well get it out in the open before you get hit with that extortion. You know what I mean? But what if he just bluntly just put it out there like that? And
what if this wasn't the first woman?
That's what I'm thinking too. What if
it's been going on for months?
Yeah, or years. This could have been done. This could have been going on before he was even Major Dr. Disrespect. You know what I mean?
It's a whole bunch of what ifs.
You're right, and that's why I'm saying I don't know. I don't personally. I would, even if I was going through something like that, I wouldn't have come, if I was going through it. Now, if I overcame it, that's different. Now, if I'm literally going through it personally as a streamer or whatever, I wouldn't sit there and say, you know what, this is what's going down. I would sit there and say, hey guys, I got to take some time off. I got to handle some family business. Because it's just a professional thing to do. And it's the right thing to do. And it's not fair for me to put my wife in there and while we're going through any of those times, whether it be, anything, put my wife in that spotlight like that, or put my family in that spotlight like that. So I don't know. And then here's another thing that me and my wife were talking about too. Think about what's going on in the mainstream media right now. You know what I'm talking about? The whole the movie actors talking about sexual allegations, from actors sexually violating them.
Yeah.
My wife was like, what if this is all just a thing? What if it's just what? I mean, there's so much. What if it's just a thing to? I mean, what if it is? What if it's not? What if it's? I mean, I would hope you wouldn't do that, but you just never know. You just never know. You just never know. There's too much speculation to really, there's really no
There's
right.
a whole lot of speculation about stuff we don't know. That's why you can only go on stuff you do know.
Right.
Take from that and let it go, like
Yep.
Gigi said.
Yep.
Very true statement.
Yep, very true. That's probably the
what I don't like about the whole thing is people who praising it. That is just killing me. People are praising it. Oh, don't praise that. This shouldn't be praised at all. Just because you like something, or like a certain streamer, or like a certain game, or like a certain console, if something isn't right that they're doing, you don't defend it for no reason just because you like it. You take the information that's given to you. It's people that's literally blaming just her.
Right.
Like she seduced him.
Drugged him or something.
Drugged him. And I'm like, what are you thinking? What is going through your brain?
But see,
say that?
And here,
just because you like him as a streamer.
And see, here's the thing though, Angela, and this is something that we've learned. Me and my wife learned from being in our relationship and stuff. Yeah, I hope they make it. I hope they make it too. But here's the problem: they just put 300 million people in their business. You don't. You don't. If you want to work something, you don't put people in your business, right? Like, say for instance, like, you notice the people that always sit there and talk about, oh, me and my wife are fighting, and this is and this and this and that and this and that. When you start letting people know your business of what y'all are fighting about and stuff, do you realize like 9 times out of 10 you can't work that stuff out? Because why? Because there's too many people in your business. So if he really wanted to work this with his wife, Dr. Disrespect, no disrespect to you, man, but if you really wanted to work this with your wife, and this is coming from a man that's worked through stuff with my wife, you don't put people in your business. You just don't do it. You got to work through it together, because 9 times out of 10, people are not going to see it the way that you see it between you and your wife, because everybody's going to sit there and say, well, F Dr. Disrespect, he cheated on you, don't give him a second chance. Well, F that, your wife's probably crazy, you should probably keep cheating on her. You know, so many people have their opinions, and because you have 350 million people's opinions now in your personal business, in your marriage life, you just made it that much harder for people for you to work on your relationship. That's why I tell people, if you want to really work on your relationship, you shouldn't go and tell everybody about your relationship. You should go work between you and that person, and maybe a counselor, or maybe your pastor, maybe like this tattoo symbolizes in my marriage, and this is a tattoo. Is a cross with puzzle pieces, a heart with puzzle pieces, right? And there's a cross in the middle. What does that mean? Well, as long as I got God in the center of my marriage, no matter how many times it gets, in pieces, God's going to keep it together. But I got to keep seeking God. I got to keep seeking godly counsel. What does that mean? That means I got to keep seeking people that are like my pastor or counselors or stuff like that. I'm not going to go and put my marriage problems out on Twitter, because guess what? Then you're going to have that girl in your ear telling, well, you know what? I could treat you better. Let me slide up in your DMs real quick. Let me be better than your wife. But see, people don't think about that for a second. The more people you put in your relationship, the more you gonna like cause drama in your own relationship. I understand that he was trying to free himself, confess, and whatever, and maybe get it off his chest. Maybe, if I'm thinking it in the positive light. But Dr. Disrespect, bro, with much more love and respect, bro, you just made it that much harder on your wife and yourself to work through your marriage. And that's just facts. That's just facts. That's talking from somebody that's been through some crazy stuff in his relationship. And if I would have had everybody in a drama, everybody in a mama in my business while I was going through it, me and my wife wouldn't be together right now. And that's facts. Because everybody would have been giving their own two cents in, 10 cents in, and it would have been just too much. And then everybody would have hated that we would have stuck together, or everybody would have hated that we split it. But nobody knew what we went through in our relationship. Nobody, because we worked through it together. And I don't know. That's just my opinion. But opinion mixed with a little bit of facts. I don't know what you guys think, man.
OG, how do you follow that, man?
Well, I don't think I can come nearly as strong as your boy Handy. I mean, he pretty much put it all together. But being someone that has just now heard the situation, this is how I feel.
Thank y'all for the biddies. Yo, thank you for the biddies. 100 biddies. Let's go. Let's hold on. He said, look, whatever happens, and regardless, I just love the biddy song. Well, yeah, there's going to be a new song coming soon called Throw Your Money to the Screen. So every time people donate, it's going to be Throw Your Money to the Screen. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, OG.
The biddy song summed it up for me. That's exactly how I feel.
No.
So, being that this is the first time I've heard this, if I was Dr. Disrespect personally, I would not have brought that up at all. I would have basically, like you mentioned, said, due to personal reasons, I am having some difficulties and I need to work through it before I can make more videos. Or I probably would have continued to make videos and not brought it up at all.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's no one else's business but me and the people that I'm involved with. There is no reason for me to blast it. I mean, it almost makes me feel like it was a publicity stunt.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what is
It
going
really
around.
does. Because if what you're saying is true, as far as how this person is not the kind of person to bring his personal business anyway, and then all of a sudden drops a big bomb like that, there's definitely a lot more to the story that everybody knows. So I wouldn't jump on the bandwagon of saying, "Oh, this is really what happened and this is what's going on." Because honestly, at the end of the day, we all know the truth.
Yo, thank you for the 100 biddies. Let's go.
50 song is still alive.
Yeah. Look at all the biddies, man. Thank y'all for the biddies.
Preaching my business is my business.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, yeah, I totally agree. Like, you know, freaking, like, I don't know, like, like if something happened between me and my wife and I got kicked out or whatever, well, I'm not saying that would happen, just saying hypothetically, y'all wouldn't know about it. Y'all wouldn't know about it. I'd just be like, hey, I'm not going to be able to stream for a while. Peace. You know what I'm saying? Because I want me
Yep.
and my wife to work through it. I don't want DB and Crew Dog and all them in my marital stuff because they can't help me through my marriage. They can't. And the funny thing was that I comment on this guy. I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber name. His name is Boogie, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, he made a comment about disrespect because every so often I look up the Dr. Disrespect thing because everybody's just saying it. And for those that don't know, he's actually going through a divorce with his wife. And he said some comment to Dr. Disrespect that, marriage is so hard and blah, 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 but you got to work through it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who are you to say? And it was probably wrong for me to say this, but how are you going to give word of encouragement of sticking it with your wife when you're going through a divorce? And because I'm a firm believer, a man divorced or a woman divorced cannot tell you how to keep your marriage. Just can't. They can't.
I'm gonna comment about Boogie. Boogie is the worst person to bring up because he is an attention whore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is straight. He is straight about drama. He is straight about just creating stuff that is just not good for the gaming community in all. So him saying anything should be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
He is not a good person
No,
to
he.
even comment on anybody's situation.
Yeah, that's why I was like, and that's another thing that bothers me too is like when I know somebody's like personal like stuff because people are dumb and they put their stuff in personal social media, and then they have the nerve to like say something about somebody else, like you have no room to speak, like just shut your face, just shut your face, and because you have no room to talk, bro. Handle your business first. You're going through a divorce right now, so handle
And
your.
I'm going before the divorce. There's so much drama going on in that camp.
Oh,
Oh, bro, that is
yeah, I know.
somebody not be talking. But he's gonna keep talking because for some reason, and this I think this is one of the topics I want to do in the future is people follow stuff even though they do
Negative thing.
negative things just because they like that person,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
Yeah,
They could
really.
be completely wrong, and people will make defenses. They will defend them. They will make justifications. They will make excuses for
Hmm.
something just because they like that streamer, and I cannot
Oh,
stand
it
that.
bothers me. It bothers me because, you have streamers like me that are like positive streamers,
That's very true, DB.
and yeah, I agree with you 100%, DB. for once. We're not debating today, DB. This
That's
is
something.
weird.
You guys haven't debated.
It's gonna rain. Actually, it is supposed to rain. It's gonna rain.
Yeah, it's raining, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Me and Just DB are not debating, but I better be quiet because he might just start a debate just to
Next
start
thing you
one.
know. Next thing you know, oh man.
Yo, thank you for the biddies. Hell, I gotta not debate with him more often. He keeps throwing me the biddies. Man, look at all the biddies. What, you agree with me? Fuck me sideways. And he said that with a P, so I'm technically not cussing. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I feel, I don't know. Like it's okay to share your testimony, what you've been through. But again, you have to go through the tests before it's a testimony. And that's what I was trying to say the other day, Wednesday, in the stream, is because I thought he was, they already went through it and they were gonna work on it and stuff. But no, I didn't know it was like in the heat of the fire. I thought he was giving like testimony, but he wasn't. I mean, he's literally, being in it. I don't know. Again, it feels like it, and like I said, it bothers me too what you were saying, that. Because I see so many, like, negative streamers. I'm not going to put them out there. I'm not going to say who they are. But they do so much more successful being negative. And it's like, it sucks because, not because they make more money than me. That's not what it's talking about. It sucks because I'm a firm believer you reach one, you teach one, right? I know I'm using that from somebody else. Somebody popular on Facebook, but it's true. You reach one, you teach one. But here's the thing that that it doesn't specify. When you reach one and teach one, it doesn't discriminate. You can reach one and teach one with your negative thoughts and your negative ways. You can reach one and teach one with your positive ways and your positive thinking. You could turn that person negative. You can turn that person positive. So that's why I hate it when I see people be negative or be rude or be disrespectful, as streamers, because you got all these people enjoying it, but think about it. You're teaching that 12-year-old, you're teaching that 13-year-old, you're teaching that 14-year-old that it's okay to make fun of these people, or it's okay to be disrespectful, or it's okay to call women out their names and all this stuff. And it's not. I mean, it's clearly not. And and that's why I say people as streamers and people in the social media sometimes just don't understand the power that they have, that they hold in the community. They underestimate themselves. And I even underestimate myself too, but I'm very careful on what I say and what I post. I'm even very careful on what I retweet, because, it may be in fun, but me retweeting something that just may be in fun, somebody might think it's okay and then be like, oh, well, Handy Kill Cam, I learned that from Handy Kill Cam, so it's okay. Because like I said, a lot of times, and I've learned, and this is from my ministry area, a lot of times we are the only Bible people read. You know what I'm saying? So we could totally mislead people. We can mislead people
Easily.
Off the edge. And, because people are looking up to us instead of God. You know what I mean? And again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring that into it, but that's just the way I can relate it the best way. So many people look up to us as like we're the right way, like we know, and it's like we don't. And and because of that, we have to be careful what we do and what we say and our actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm very careful. I'm very, very careful. I used to not be very careful in the beginning.
Nope.
I used to not. Ask your boy OG. I used to not give a flying flip or zipple. Never did. But then I realized, and this is the God's honest truth. There's a lot of people, because I influenced them in that negative way, their lives are messed up right now. It sucks, but that's what got, and then that's what woke me up. And I was like, you know what? I can influence these, because I used to think, well, I can only influence these people if I'm like being like this inspiration or this positive person. No, you can influence somebody in a negative way, and I used to do that, and and they would get hooked on drugs and all kinds of stuff, and that's and that's because of me. But God brought me out of that situation, and now I'm able to influence people in a positive way. But so, I mean, you got to. That's why I just say you got to be careful, and hopefully, if I get partnered, cool. If I don't, cool. It doesn't matter. I'm always gonna be me. I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm gonna be that positive influence. I'm gonna be that positive force, and you either like it or you don't. And that's just how I am. That's how I roll. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Bezoid.
Oh, man, I was just listening.
Oh, my bad, bro, my bad.
It's just crazy. I do hope, with all this said and done, that this is a positive thing. That he is. I feel differently, but I'm hoping for the best. You get what I'm saying? I don't feel this genuine thing, but I'm hoping it is genuine, and maybe that will come. I don't think we'll ever actually find out truthfully.
No,
I don't think it'll ever come out whether it is good or bad.
I don't think he comes back. I don't think he comes back.
Honestly, it's hard to see him coming back and being what he used to be.
Yeah.
Because how would he do that?
Yeah,
How would he go about it? And
you basically put your own dent in your own armor, and that's probably the wrong analogy, but you can't,
So it's a little crazy, and
it's the timing that really throws things off. It's right after you win this really, really cool award that all of a sudden you're like, boom. That's why there's a lot of things. It's hard for me to talk about because I question the validity of the situation in general. And I don't know all the facts, so that's why I don't want to go off the handle and I'd be completely wrong. So this is really dangerous territory, especially since, like you said, we influence so many people. People are going to basically put what we say and be like, yeah, this is the facts. Didn't you watch the podcast? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be like, Handy, these weren't the facts. And I'm like, I'm not trying to bring the facts. We're just casual gamers that love, Dr. Unfaithful. Just kidding. No, yeah, I don't think you come back from that. I really don't think, I don't think you come back from that. I mean, how can you? I mean, he met
publicity stunt. You can. It's actually easy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You come back with that persona, and then you still have a big following. So I mean, you can come back depending on what the true story is.
Yeah, that's true. I guess if he comes back, then we know it was a publicity stunt. I guess per se.
That's all. It would still only be an assumption.
Yes. Only an assumption, only an opinion, not facts. But yeah. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss before I go into my catfish story? Because I promised Beazoid I would go into my catfish story.
Yeah, you've been kind of hinting at this for a while, but I will go over one more thing that I was going to talk about, but I waited because you had went to the bathroom or whatever, and I kind of wanted you to hear this because you said you had an opinion about it.
Okay.
And it's there's a game that I've been hinting about playing for months now that I've been really just ignoring on purpose that I finally started to play over the weekend. And it's Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I finally picked it up. I finally downloaded it, and I'm finally playing it. I remember you said a while back that you had an opinion on it. So I'm gonna give you my first impressions, and then you can let me know how you feel about it.
And this is what again?
Final Fantasy Brave Exvius?
Oh, yes.
I believe you said that you played it and you had an opinion. This is basically one of Final Fantasy's mobile games that actually is endorsed by Square Enix. So not a new empire that was bought out. Personally, I love it. I absolutely love it so far. It brings me back to the old school RPG days of Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4, 5, all that stuff. It has that kind of feel to it where first and foremost, it actually seems to have a story, which is interesting in a mobile game.
Hold on, we have a comment, and I need to address this real quick. He said, I think he will come back because it was his own only income. No, it's not his only income. He actually used to work He actually is a map creator over at Call of Duty. So trust me, he's that's not his only income. He actually created the maps over at Advanced Warfare. So that's not his only income. Trust me. He actually is a game creator. No, that's
He
not his
has a
own.
job.
He has a job. He
Okay.
has a job he can go back to. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But I actually am really seriously enjoying the game. Now, I've only been playing it, obviously for a few days, so it's hard for me to come up with a hardcore opinion yet. But from what I can tell, it seems fantastic. I mean, there's exploration, there's a legitimate story. You're actually going to towns, talking to people. You pick up fetch quests or kill celebrity monsters, whatever. And you can collect all of your favorite like Final Fantasy characters from the past. So not only does the game have its own unique characters, but if you have like Noctis or Snow or whoever from your favorite Final Fantasy game that you like, if you're lucky enough, you can actually get them, make them stronger, make them better, add them to your team. And
Right.
they have lots of different modes and stuff. And then of course with Facebook, you can have your friends, use their like leader or whatever as part of your party as well. So from what I've been playing of it, it's freaking awesome. It's literally like a classic RPG, but in a mobile game and free.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And surprisingly, my opinion on it is not going to be the game itself. I actually enjoy the game. Uh, like the actual gameplay, um, the actual play itself is actually a really good game. The downside of the game that I do not like, and it has to do with the way the game was made. The game is very heavy, and very a lot of memory is used. And that I mean, it's understandable, but it sucks because when the updates happen, for some reason, I don't know why, but when the updates happen, it doesn't delete the file that it was like the old update file. So they just keep piling up, and eventually, like the game takes up all the memory on your phone. Um,
Mm.
and that was on my S4 when the game first originally came out. I haven't played it since I got the S6 or I had the Note 8. But that was like like legitimately the problem was it's not that I didn't like the game. It's just that the files were getting so bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it wasn't clearing out the other files. Even when I would do like the 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 CM cleaner on the phone or whatever, that
Mm.
I just couldn't play the game. So I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So bye, Felicia.
I
And
wonder if they fixed that though, because I mean, I don't really see it taking up a whole lot of space on my phone, and
okay, okay, they could have fixed it
I'm
by
only
then.
playing 5 games on it right now because I mean, you know me, I only
Only
use.
five, only five. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, you used to have like a lot more
Sorry
from what
about
you
that.
told
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah. Are you good, Bezoid? You good?
I had to handle some dad duties.
No, no, no. Don't take this the wrong way, but we didn't even know you was gone. No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh
no, seriously,
man.
no, we didn't. We did. I didn't know he was gone.
I
Um,
didn't either. Not gonna lie.
uh,
My bad.
no, it's good. Like you left in professional fashion. Like we didn't hear you leave or nothing, so that's good. Um,
Exactly. You did it right. But you should try downloading it again and try playing it and see if it's changed because
I
it's
will.
not taking up a whole lot of memory. And it again, it's I actually like it a lot. And apparently, I have quite a few friends on my Facebook who actually play the game. I didn't realize it, or
Well,
at least used to play.
I'll download
So
it again and we'll play. We could play together. That would be awesome. Um,
well, I don't know if you can play together. Again, I haven't played the game long enough to know all the ins and outs. I mean, I don't know if there's like guilds and stuff like that. I mean, there might be more than likely. So if there is, then yeah, we can totally hook up with that.
yeah.
But yeah, Final Fantasy Brave Exvi is actually a solid like mobile game endorsed by Square Enix.
You'll have to check that
I
out there, Bezoid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's if you like old school like Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 4, 6, all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
what that's what this reminds us of. I was just telling your boy Handy a minute ago that you have your main characters that they have like as far as like a new face, but you can collect heroes from other Final Fantasy. Like basically, you can get packs and stuff, and you can get Snow, Noctis,
Hmm.
Zidane. all kinds of characters, and they can be a part of your team, and it's part of the story where you can collect all these heroes, and and you can level them up and make them strong or whatnot. And of course, you get benefits if you have Facebook friends, and and it actually has like a story that a decent in depth story it seems, and but they have this MMO aspect too, where you can do some kind of raids and other sort of events for PvP or whatnot. So there's really a lot into it. So I
I'm
think
not.
it's
I'm
definitely
not
worth
down.
trying.
I'm not ignoring OG guys. I'm actually downloading the game as he's talking about it. So just give me a second. I'm not ignoring OG.
No,
He's
you're good. I wasn't even assuming, but yeah, I just started playing it over the weekend and off and on throughout my work week, and so far, and again, I've only played this for a few days, but so far, from what I can tell, like I'm really into it. Like I've been having a hard time playing my other games because of it. So it's kind of one of
Wow.
those balancing problems I'm having now. That's how much I like it.
Okay, clarification. He no longer works there. Well, I didn't know because he said that he was talking about in one of his streams that he was sent over the map design for World War II, and he gave his thoughts and his insight, and he helped. So I don't know. I think Sledgehammer still uses him. He may not be quote unquote on the actual list of the studio, but I think they still reach out to him, and I'm sure he gets some kind of payment. I know they can't be his only job. I know that. I mean, he makes a lot of money from it. Now, eh, do I think he should lose his endorsements? I mean, I don't know. We have basketball players and other football players that do worse things, and they still get to play football. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm
Don't get
actually
me started on that.
yeah, I know. Another time. But
Another thing.
Mm,
I'm actually downloading it right now. It's actually done downloading already. So I'll be playing it later.
okay,
I'll probably be playing it when I'm in New Mexico. My
there we
wife
go.
my wife actually gave me the idea. She wants me to try streaming from my phone, like mobile games, while I'm
Okay,
away on Twitch. So she's like, that way,
Hmm.
that they'll still,
there you go.
your fans will still be there. And I'm like, maybe, but I won't be able to read the chat, so that's the only downside. But we may try it. But further ado, let's go ahead and get into the story. So, mind you, I am gonna make a disclaimer. During this time, I was like in my early 20s, and I was drinking, and I was under a lot of negative influences during the recreational influences during these times. So please understand that my judgment was impaired, and I didn't make a lot of decisions, smart decisions as this. So, granted, I'm I was doing a online music DJing job. I was in a chat room, basically just doing music for a website. I'm not gonna disclose because they're like out of business and whatnot due to a bunch of stuff. But anyway, I ended up meeting this girl from Detroit, and yeah, we quote unquote hitting it off and we're talking or whatnot. And I had a friend of mine I had a friend of mine staying with me. I'm not going to disclose who he is either. But I had a friend of mine staying with me, and I was talking to this girl. I was like basically glued to it, like how the whole catfish story is. We couldn't get enough each other, blah, blah, blah. And so, granted, my mother was like, she was like heavily into drugs at this point, and so I was like literally like just looking away to get out of the environment, so to speak. So I wasn't really thinking straight. So she was sitting there and saying, hey, you can come live with me and blah blah blah. We can be together, blah blah blah. And so I was a little skeptic at first, right? So my boy at the time, he's not my boy now. So my boy said, you know what? Since you're a little skeptic, how about I go up there for you, test out the waters for you, make sure everything's okay, make sure it's not a setup. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's a win-win. And so she bought him a ticket and me a ticket. He went up there first. Everything was cool. He called me. He's like, "Yo, everything's cool. She is who she is. You know what I'm saying? Just come on up." So me, by myself, went on a Greyhound bus. Granted, the Greyhound bus is not handicap accessible. So I'm like crawling on and off the bus myself, waiting for them to hand me my wheelchair, putting the wheelchair together, going to the restroom, do what it is. I actually had a 5-hour layout over in Chicago. Ended up meeting a Amish guy, which is really freaking cool. If I met real life Amish people, not the ones you see on TV, which is really freaking cool. And then I get like, I meet like some crazy people on the bus. But anyway, long story short, I finally get there, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna end up getting a relationship with this girl or whatnot. Yeah, she didn't want a relationship with me. Basically, she just wanted me to live with her because she was getting a new house built, and she wanted to use me. She wanted to use me to, because if they found out that somebody was like in the house disabled, then they had to meet certain requirements for, because of my disability. So she told them that I was like, disabled and all this stuff and all this thing. And this is stuff before I didn't know this then what I knew now. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were having this relationship or whatever, and whatever. But like when I met her, like she was not down to have the relationship. She wasn't down to talk and all this. And mind you, my friend's still there, right? And I'm like, what the F? And like my friend just wouldn't talk to me. Well, come to find out, I didn't have my ID. I didn't have a Michigan ID. So she's like, hey, I need you to go back to Texas, get your birth certificate and everything like that. But you got to find your own way back to Texas. So I had to find my own way back to Texas, get the money, get back to Texas. And as I'm going through my stuff, my bags on the bus, I see that there's a letter, right? And the letter pretty much basically said, hey, I didn't never want to be with you. I'm basically was using you to get my house in order, and I'm actually going to get with your best friend. We might get married in a year or so. Bye, talk to you later, and see you later. Bye, Felicia. And so yeah, that was pretty much that story. Like, and she and I'm lucky to even be able to get back. Like, I had to do some pretty much like, stuff I don't want to say on stream to get back. You know what I'm saying? I had to sell some stuff, let's just say, to get back to Texas. And yeah, and she was forever. For as far as I know, she's still with that person. And this was back like 17 years ago. 20, maybe 15 years ago. Freaking yeah. So, and that's an old Saginaw, Michigan. Never again will I go to Michigan ever again. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Girl was ruthless, man. Girl was
yeah. Like when he first told me that story, like I was actually kind of scared. I was like, wait a minute, you really went through all that, But then he explained to me that when that he even sent someone first to make sure it was all legit. It wasn't that he just made that assumption that he was smarter than that. And of course, I believe him. That's my boy, And it just sucks that that's what he ended up having to legitimately go through.
Yeah, it sucks.
Wow.
No, I did not sell I did not sell any of my handy parts to get back. No.
I knew somebody. I thought Crew Dog would be the one that joked that.
No. Nope. I didn't, and thank God I did not dip my stick in her oil. Thank the Lord Jesus. Because I mean, if she would have done that, I mean, then I probably would have believed it more that we was gonna have more of a relationship. But yeah, it was weird when I first got there. You know what I mean? And a lot of people told me not to go, but you have to understand at this point in time, like I was like, kind of living with my mom on and off, and she was like, bad on drugs, and so I was just looking for a way to escape me and myself. I was under a lot of recreational drugs and a lot of alcohol. So I was just looking for a way out, and I thought this was my way out. And yeah, come to find out, I found my way out though. My way out was Jesus, but that was before I realized that. But anyway, so yeah, and so that was my catfish trip, my catfish
That's the
story,
story.
and
Wow.
yeah, and
I am wow.
yeah.
And what's crazy is your friend was in Texas with you, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, I literally gave him. He was literally homeless. He was homeless. He had nowhere to go, man. And so me back then, I was a guy that always opened my house up to anybody. Like you needed a place to stay, you can stay with me. You can live with me. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. Just throw me some cash for some food or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. So he was staying with me, and like he literally did me dirty like that. Like they both did me dirty like that. You know what I'm saying?
that is
Mhm.
wow. I'm so sorry. Wow.
Yeah, it's life. It's life. And that's before Catfish was a real story. So I had nobody to check this person out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I webcam with her, of course. Like back then when webcams were ghetto. They weren't as good as what they were now. But I mean, at least she was who she said she was. I mean, that wasn't an
Yeah.
issue. I mean, but
Right.
it's just it was all a scam so she can get her house. You know what I mean? And it was like really not much I could do. You know what I mean? Like what could I do? Like
Yeah.
so yeah, it freaking sucked. Freaking sucked.
Like she ain't even like give you like or try to cut you in on it or anything. Just trying to use you. I'm like, wow. And then the friend was like, I'm with it. I'm with a
Yeah.
person who want to do that.
Hmm.
But ironically, that's where my relationship with God kind of did start. That I realized that God did have my back. So it's funny you say that because really, like, I'm lucky I didn't get, someone didn't stab me. I'm lucky that I didn't, nothing happened. Because like I said, I'm literally crawling on and off a freaking Greyhound bus. Like people were looking at me like crazy, like, what the f? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause like back then they didn't have like those buses back then, you know. So
Did you see what Just DB said?
yeah, that's why I made that comment. Yeah. No, I didn't. No, I sold. Let's just put it this way: I sold recreational stuff. Let's put it that way.
No, I'm talking about the new one.
Yeah,
Talking about when he
yeah,
said you and God.
yeah. I'll never sell my ass again. Yeah, for real. But yeah, so I mean, it was crazy. It's cool. I mean, I don't know how that person's doing. Apparently that person came back to Texas, but didn't want me to know because he was afraid I was gonna kill him or kick his ass. Honestly, I could care less. You know what I mean? I'm thankful.
What's done is done.
I'm thankful because now that girl got out the way. I found the love of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Mhm.
it is what it
Hmm.
is. You got to go through the pain to get what you gain. You know what I'm saying? So think about that for a second. You got to go through the pain to get what you gain. So meaning, if you don't go through it in life, then you'll never know. If you don't go through any struggles, you can't get what you're supposed to get to in life. Success is never easy. So think about it.
Nope.
If I would have stuck, I'm thankful that I didn't stay with that girl because I'd been unhappy. Definitely
Yeah.
unhappy.
So you honestly can, in a way, thank him.
Yeah,
Like, look what you
exactly.
saved me from
Exactly.
doing.
You saved me from making a mistake in my life.
Yeah.
That's why I say, don't don't regret the struggles you've been through in life. Don't be afraid to talk about what you overcome in life because it could help somebody else. You know.
Once the situation's dealt with, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. You see,
Yeah.
I didn't talk about it 10 years ago online. So
Nope.
you granted, what was I gonna say though? I don't know, but yeah, and that's just one of my catfish stories.
Recreational handy boot.
The other one, another story that I won't go into, but one person lied to me about cancer a long time ago. This was like way when I was like 15 or 14. You guys have to realize that at the point in time when I was like living with my mother between the ages of 20 and 14 and in my teenage years, I stayed in my room a lot because I didn't want to deal with the drug abuse that my mother was going through. So like online and gaming and all that was like my escape from what I was going through. So a lot of times my head wasn't in the right place. So and you know, and that's another reason why I like being a positive influence to kids on Twitch, is because I know that there's a kid out there right now that's going through what I went through. That Twitch or some online outlet is their escape from what they're going through in life. And that's why I said you have to be careful, because my mental state at that point in time, I wasn't in the right mental state. So therefore I did some stupid crazy stuff, and I believed a lot of lies that wasn't the truth. But if I was in the normal mind frame and the state of mind, I would have been like, well, what the heck was I thinking? You know what I mean? But at the time, I was just looking to get away. And it wasn't until I found God and had a relationship with God that I got away, but I was still in the same place. Like, meaning, and what do you mean by getting away? Like, well, once I established my relationship with God, God made it to where I was able to move out on my own, support myself, and live on my own by myself in Texas. I didn't have to go to another state. I didn't have to live with nobody. I didn't have to get supported by anybody. And then he put me on solid foundation. And then once he put me on solid foundation, my mother saw the solid foundation that I was in, and she was amazed, and she was like, well, how did that work? How did that work? And I was like, with God. And then once she saw the movement of God in my life and what God has done in my life, guess what happened with my mom before she died? She became clean. No longer on drugs. No longer the drug abuse that she was in. And I'm talking like this is serious abuse. Like, my mother overdosed on crack cocaine twice when I was like 17 years old. And I had to bring her back to life. I couldn't even call the cops, because the moment that you call the cops over for some drug overdoses or anything like that, and the state gets involved, you lose all your funding in the state. Well, my mother was my payee at the time. So if she would have got caught with that, then I would have lost my money, and then we could have no longer afford rent. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so, you know, people wonder all the stress and all the drama that I went through in high school and why I wasn't so focused on school. That's why, because I was dealing with a lot of stuff at home. So, and that's why I'm so strong with my relationship with God, because like I said, I know what God brought me through. I know where I was, and I know where I'm at today. And that's why I'm so adamant about my relationship with God. Not to pressure it on anybody or to make anybody change, but me living the life is an example that God exists, because you know, somebody of my situation, there's no way. I mean, it's crazy how somebody in my situation was able to live by themselves, let alone be able to go on a Greyhound bus all by themselves. So, you know, that's why, I don't know, that's just why I'm at where I'm at with God. And this is why I have a strong relationship with God, and I'm very thankful for God, and this is why I give thanks to God every day, because I know where I came from, and I'll never forget where I came from. So, yeah. There you go, guys. My bad. Didn't mean to get all deep on you guys. Didn't mean to get all deep on you guys, but yeah, that's where
Handy is just a podcast. You don't have to get deep.
No. My bad, bro. But yeah. So yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I don't mind at all.
But so I mean, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
And again, that's why I'm thankful for what happened, because if it didn't happen, then my relationship with God wouldn't be where it is. Wouldn't even know God existed at this point.
Oh, gee, how do we follow that, man?
Yeah.
We end it. That's what we do. We don't try following that. We end it on a high note. on a
Yes,
positive
sir.
note, because
On a
that's how
positive.
exactly.
Do you
So
have do you
with
have
all the
any?
negativity in the world, we need to be the one light that's truly shining. So we're gonna end it on that shining light that we have right now, though.
Okay, go ahead, end it. That's fine.
All right.
Go ahead,
So
take us.
thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the OG podcast. We are broadcasting every Wednesday live at 10 a.m. Central Time on Twitch TV using Handy Kill Camp's channel. Also, don't forget to check out my YouTube videos for OG Krongsta and any kind of streaming that Beebzoid does on Beebzoid's channel. And of course, your boy Handy Kill Cam, let's not forget about him. He will also be streaming off and on, maybe on his mobile device. I'm anxious to see how that works out.
Yeah, me too.
And are you going to be at Able Gamers tomorrow then? Or no, you say
No,
you're not streaming at all till
no.
next Tuesday, right?
I'm not streaming all at home until next Tuesday. Yep.
Okay, so no Able Gamers tomorrow. Sorry about
No,
that.
no Able
All
Gamers.
right.
Being the first time I've taken off from Able Gamers in a complete year. Willfully took it off.
They give you all this good stuff and
Thank
you
y'all
abandon
for
it.
I know! That's how I felt too! Yo! Thank you for the biddies! Yo, thank you for the biddies, boobies. And for correction, yes, on the recreational green stuff, I was on that a lot back in the day. But
Me too.
yeah, me and this boy together. But I'm actually 7 years clean. So shouts out to that.
GG.
You know,
GG.
not saying that that's bad. I mean, you know, to some people it does help, but you know, for me it was good. Have a happy, safe trip. I'll be Instagramming and Snapchatting. So if you have not added me on Snapchat or Instagram, what are you thinking? And you can also follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting out updates and stuff about where we're at and everything like that. So be on the lookout. And again, thank you guys for all the biddies and all the hosts and all the follows today. And thank you guys for allowing me to get deep with y'all like Black Street. Thank you guys for letting me go deep. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, go back into the 90s and go listen to that song Black Street, deep. But thank you guys, and we are, well, as soon as I can find my mouse,
Peace, guys.
we are out.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Oh, man.